Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to the Magical Journey Show with your host, Reverend Bryan Rawls. And hello, everyone. And I would like to announce first off that we have a guest with us this evening, and it is Carrie White. And Carrie is also an assistant of mine, and we are going to bless you with our presence of doing mini readings and also teaching you a little bit about divination tools. So I'm gonna basically let Carrie tell you a little bit about herself and what type of divination tools she uses.
Hi, everybody. So once again, I am Bryan's assistant, and my name is Carrie White. We have been working together several years. He is a high priest and I'm the high priestess of our own coven. We run the Silver Whisper store, and we do a lot of magical things together.
Yes,
and
such
rituals
as
and
magical circles, magical rituals, also doing readings, and also making what we call baths and teas and oils and washes. So, what divination tool do you use?
I use the oracle cards most of the time, and this is my oracle deck. Okay, that's the back. This is the front. Okay, I'm gonna hold one card up so you can kind of get a hint for it. This is the maiden card. Okay. And the way I use these is it does tell you a little bit about the card on the bottom, kind of a short story version of what the card means. However, it doesn't necessarily always mean that. You look at the previous card you play down, you look at the past card afterwards, and you just kind of read in it. You look at the symbols, you look at the pictures, you look at the symbolism, and you interpret from that. Not only that, but also hear
and also interpret from the situation at hand.
Yes.
So with that, it basically goes down that there are multiple ways of interpreting symbols, as well as interpreting from divination tools in general. Mm-hmm. Now we have quite a few divination tools to show, to basically display to y'all, and a lot of them kind of go in a context of we use them at times, as well as we also use our natural gifts to do the readings, but most likely. Tools are basically used for reading of self, as well as also for looking into situations or basically asking questions that are needing clarification. And certain divination tools, that basically what happens is they automatically go into a story. So as you put them basically in that story context, they basically show you a beginning, a middle, and an end. And a lot of folks, when they use the cards, I know myself personally, and Carrie can probably vouch for that as well.
Yes.
The famous 3 cards of
the 3-card draw.
Yeah, the 3-card draw is one of the famous ones, as well as also the Celtic cross with when you're talking tarot or
relationships. And there's different spreads. There's hundreds of spreads. There's hundreds of ways to read, and it's all a learning process. You can start with one and then go on and on. And then there's other ways to divinate that give you just yes and no answers.
Yes. And some of those ways date back several hundred years ago, and even before that. And a lot of them were created by my people, as well as also some very well-known occultists. So we're going to start kind of giving you a display of certain tools that are used. One of my favorites is obviously the palm. And we got a simple little palm here that can tell you quite a lot. And it goes with the mounts of the hands, as well as the lines of the hands, and how the hand's shaped, and the fingers, and all that good stuff. So, and each one of your mounts on your hands correspond to a planet. Like this one is Jupiter, that one's Saturn, this one is Sun, and then that one is Mercury. So you go by those particular mounts and how they stem from the palm into the lines. And just for shits and giggles, I actually have one rare sign in palmistry that most people don't understand about, but it's the simian crease. My headline and heart line connect. So with them connecting, that is basically a very rare thing to see in a person's palm. Hey, Julia, how are you? Okay, so we are going to do some readings, and obviously I can't do palmistry, but we are going to use some of the tools that are here for display. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what some of the other tools. Another famous tool that is used among many is the bones. And what I mean by bones doesn't necessarily mean like well, these are the traditional bones. Those are the traditional bones, and they're actually real bones. But these are modern bones. Okay, they're little implements to divinate from, and that's another. Like say for instance, the shell. The shell corresponds with something similar to serenity or tranquility, or possibly a trip coming aboard to the beach. So and then we have the key, which the key has many meanings, such as opening doors that are unlocked, secrets being revealed, roads being opened. And then we have the pentagram, which is obviously a protective symbol, which that obviously means protection or getting ready to go into a spiritual tradition or whatnot. And then we have also, which one of the bones is your favorite of the modern?
I use the bullet. I love the bullet. The bullet can stand for a lot of things. The bullet stands for protection. You might need extra protection. You might be missing some protection somewhere. It also stands for security. You might feel an area of your life is not where it needs to be security-wise, and I like that one. I mean, it can mean a lot of things. It could mean, there's something fixing to spark up. It's just so many different things.
And then we also have some of these little fun symbols like the plane. I associate that with travel. And if you can't see it, I know these are small, but I'll take a picture and I'll post my my bone reading set on on Facebook, Facebook for everyone. Like I also have seeds incorporated in my bone reading. Like this seed is for like prosperity and abundance. This seed right here is my representation for a timeline of in the fall, since it is a pumpkin seed. So,
and we do have bones in here. There are bones in here.
Yeah, one of the bones is actually an owl bone, and it is a owl that naturally died. It wasn't killed or anything like that, but it was naturally passed. And this is the remains of it, which was basically it's a process of drying them out. But that is a original bone set. And how I do bone reading with natural bones is I always save the skull, and the skull oversees the reading of the rest of the bones.
Now, I do not work with bone sets. That is just, I don't have an affinity for it. I'm going to be quite honest with you. Don't ask.
And then we have the pendulum.
Yes.
And Carrie's the pendulum queen, because I really don't like the pendulum too much, because the pendulum, I can't keep a steady arm, okay? Anybody that knows me knows that I can't draw a straight line for hell, okay?
I can't either, but I can shoot straight. So, it kind of helps. It works.
So kind of get them to understand how you program it. Like you program it with the question of my name is Carrie, and then it goes forward or backward.
Most people have their own way of doing it. I always cleanse mine, bless it, let it charge. I let it charge under a full moon and a new moon. I go through 2 moon cycles with this.
Full moon cycles.
Yeah. I'm sorry. A full moon cycle. I'm getting confused. But so the way I do, pendulums are basically for yes and no questions. These are not for where is my life going to be in 20 years, okay? Because a pendulum cannot do that, okay? A pendulum will swing north and south, and I always use north and south as yes, and east and west, which is no. Now, if you want to do it the other way, that's fine. You just have to program it to yourself. Your pendulum to program is very, very easy. Like I said, you want to cleanse it. You want to bless it. You want to protect it. You want to pray over it. And then you want to hold it. And you want to hold it near your heart chakra. And you want to infuse it with your energy. You want to actually feel your energy flow up from your lower chakra all the way through your crown, roll back forward to your heart chakra, into your hands, and through the pendulum. Okay? You're going to put your energy into this pendulum. Okay? Now, once you do that and you ask it a question, this is how you're going to program it. Okay? You say, my name is Carrie. Okay? And then, because that's a yes question and I want my pendulum to swing north and south for yes, I'm going to make it swing north and south. Okay? Then I'm going to give it a no answer. My name is Marie. And again, I'm going to swing it no. Okay. And this one is already programmed. So it's going to kind of whoo. But, okay, so once you've done that, okay, the way you're going to read the pendulum is you're going to hold it in your hand. And they usually have a knot at the top. And I put that between my fingers because you don't want to drop the pendulum, okay? And you're going to ask it a question. So, Bryan, you have a question?
The question is, will it rain tomorrow?
Will it rain tomorrow? Okay. So now I'm going to infuse this as I'm holding it in my hand with the question. And I'm just going to drop it. And you hold your hand steady. And I'm going to try to pull it up. So as you can see, it is swinging towards the camera which for me is north and south, and that is yes. Which is,
And obviously we've been dealing with rain for like straight almost 2 weeks, and I'm about tired of it because obviously my plants are loving it, but I can't ground out normally.
Yes.
But that's the pendulum. And then there's other ways of you doing the pendulum, but
I try to teach simple. I really try to go with simple, something everybody can do.
You can even clear your chakras with your pendulum by going clockwise or removing counterclockwise.
No. Counterclockwise to remove negative energy. And you do all your chakras. And then you release
them.
that, and then you empower them going clockwise.
Yes. And that's a wonderful way as well. So the next divination tool, and yes, we are going to get to the phone caller, so be patient. I just want to show you all the tools, and then we're going to get to as many phone callers as we possibly can, and this is called speed reading, all right? So we have the dice, okay? The dice is another one of my favorites. I use either 1 dice or 3 dice, okay? And simply the dice.
Regular playing dice.
And it's basically adding up of the numbers, and then there's certain meanings to each of the numbers. But like, say for instance, 4 and 3 is 7, plus 2, 8, 9. 9, that's ancestors are trying to speak with you, because the number 9 is an ancestor number. So obviously that is the dice, and I'm just going quickly because there's a lot to the dice.
Yeah. And then we have people want to talk to us too.
And then we have the tarot cards, and these are just your normal tarot, like the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, the 6 of Coins, the 4 of Staves, the 10 of Coins. That's the tarot cards. It's a 78 card deck.
And the oracle cards are 52 to 54.
And then there are some oracle cards that are
have
44. I mean, it varies.
It varies on what you want to use. Just know that once you're dealing with the tarot deck, it's very intricate. It's easier to learn with the oracle deck and then start learning the tarot deck.
Yes.
I believe I've always taught with the oracle deck to begin with.
And then we have one of my favorites, and that's the crystals. That's the crystals, and you may be able to see them. But they are different crystals. There's a topaz, a ruby, or a garnet, a ruby, a aventurine, an amethyst, a citrine, a tourmaline, a lapis, a peridot, a sodalite, and a black obsidian. And basically each of them have different meanings and such. And they are a fun way to do readings. And I will be selling crystal stone reading sets. So if you're interested, let me know.
And if you have an affinity for crystals, we suggest you start with these.
Yes, we suggest you start with these right here. They come just like this with directions as well. All right. And then we have candle reading, and that's candle flame reading. I use a purple candle when I do candle flame readings. Or hello, Elaine.
Hello.
How are you, Elaine? And when I use the candle for doing candle flame readings or wax readings, it's usually with the candle that I'm doing the spell work with, or the ritual work with, or even or even the healing candle with, or the setting of the light that I'm using. I'll also read with candle wax, where I'll get a bowl of water or a glass of water, and I'll take some of the wax off the candle, and it will show pictures and symbols in the wax.
You can also read, if you have a spell candle and you have burned it down, and after it's dressed and everything, you burn it down, you can read the wax that has dripped down. It will show pictures. It will tell stories. You can read the actual flame. A lot of people will get pictures from the flame, the smoke, the way it burns. If it burns down one side and not the other. If it burns fast. that means it's working fast. For example, if it burns slow, that means there's a block. I'm just trying to quick and easy go over.
If it has a big, long flame, that means that there are extra spirits working with it. If the flame splits in two, that means that there is a decision that needs to be made. Mm-hmm. So that's the candle working. And then we have one of my other favorites, and that's my crystal ball. The crystal ball is steeped in history and ancient lore so deeply that the crystal is able to. This is a quartz crystal ball, and it is able to. Actually, I think this is a crystal lead ball. Okay, my other ball is. But this ball. This ball right here is it's very powerful and has sat through a full 13 moons and full moon energy. And I will tell you that the crystal ball, sometimes at first it's hard to get the hang of it. Okay,
you have to be deeply meditative.
Yes,
and you have to be able to instantly go into a meditative state when you're talking with someone and then going into the crystal ball. Mm-hmm. We suggest if you're not very well with meditation, get very familiar with meditation first before trying this. Otherwise, you'll completely tune out whoever you're working with.
And also, if you are wanting to, if you're wanting a crystal ball reading, I do crystal ball readings, but they are by email only. So I do not talk on the phone while I do the crystal ball reading. You give me a set of questions. I answer it per what the ball intuits or what I see in the ball. Okay. And then we have next. We have one of my grandmother's favorite things to do, and that was reading tea leaves. Okay, you see that? All right. I will tell you I'm not a tea leaf expert. All right.
Me neither.
Tea leaves was just not my cup of tea, but it was my grandmother's cup of tea. She knew what she was doing with the tea leaves. Her and her friend would sit at the dining room table, have a cup of tea, or she actually sit down all her clients at the dining room table, have a cup of tea while I sat on her lap, and they sat there and had conversation and whatnot. But they would drink their tea and all that, and then she would tell them to basically, she would be like, hand me that glass and hand me that plate. And then she would take the tea, do like this. And then she would flip it back over, do like this, and do like that. And then she would say her prayer while it's still like that. And then she would wave her hand over it. And then she'd flip it back over. And then she would start reading the tea leaves. And I tell you, she made every client cry. Every client, no matter what. She made every client cry. And she felt, I guess you would say, not necessarily crying would be a bad thing, but it resonated in their soul. And I just wish she was here so that
we could learn more.
We could learn more, as well as also that I could interview her for all of y'all.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. But okay, so that's the divination tools. There's other hundreds of divination tools, such as the runes, such as the ubi, such as the cowrie shells. There are so many different types of divination tools out there. Please check them out. And I do all of these divination tools, except I'm really not fond of this thing right here, but I will.
And we don't do tea leaves.
And I don't do tea leaves because the only reason why is you got to actually be in front of me for me to do tea leaves. Okay, so we are going to go to the phone lines, and both me. Hey, Julia. Julia, give me just one moment and we will get to you in just a moment. Okay, let me answer, excuse me. Let me answer a phone line caller real quick, and then I will answer your question just in a moment, Julia. So, either post your question again, or you can call in to the call-in number at 323-870-9371. I believe that's correct. I believe that's correct. Let me make sure.
And then you have to press 1.
323-870-3791. Excuse me. I apologize.
And then press 1 to get to us.
And then press 1 to get to me, or to get to us. Okay, so let's go to our phone callers, and I apologize. All right, so our first phone caller is area code 805, and 805, first question, please. 805, going once.
805.
805, going twice. 805, going 3 times. All right, now we're going to 231, area code 231. Area code 231. Area code 231.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hey. How are ya?
Hey, Destiny.
We're doing good.
How are you doing?
I love the teachings on the pendulum and stuff. That's cool. I'm gonna try that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I have I guess the doctor found that I have gallstones. So I've been doing a gallbladder flush, but I'm not really. He wants me to sign up to get surgery for my gallbladder stones, and I don't want to go that route if I don't have to. I'm going to try the flush again. I guess my question is, do you see me being able to get through and get the gallstones flushed out naturally without having to have surgery?
Okay, sweetie. So, I'm gonna give you what I see automatically, and I do see you having surgery. Okay, I see you having surgery to get these gallstones out because of the simple reason they're a bit on the big side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'll tell you, I had gall surgery 2 years ago. They removed mine, and everything went smoothly.
Yeah. Well, the thing for me is because I had heart surgery just recently, but I had some complications that they want me to go back to the big hospital, and with that, because I'm on blood thinners and stuff, so it's not going to be just a simple, like everybody else would normally go through. It's a little more complex.
Right.
Yeah, I felt that too, Brian. I knew that's what you were going to say.
Yeah, it seems but the thing is about that is you will be able to you'll feel a lot better with it out, even though you may have to change your diet a little bit, but you'll feel a lot better while when it's out, and plus it won't be a hassle anymore. So,
you won't wake up in the middle of the night feeling like you're dying. I know, because that's what I felt like. Felt like I was dying.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. It's just kind of heavy, and right now it's really bloated and irritated. I just am inflamed everywhere and itchy. Is that where the itching's coming from? Is that from the gallstones? My skin everywhere is itching. I thought I was like detoxing or something.
Another thing that I would do, since you are bloated, I would go get you some cabbage from the not cabbage, but celery from the store.
And peppermint.
Celery from the store, put it in a food processor or like a juicer, and juice you some celery, and then also you can take you some peppermint oil, and what?
Okay, so if you take you some peppermint oil and you get 8 ounces of water, put about 4 drops of peppermint oil in it and drink it, and it will help with your stomach.
Make sure you get therapeutic grade.
Yes, get the therapeutic grade. The best site for that, go right on to Young Living, youngliving.com.
Is it Young Living Oils or Young Living?
It's youngliving.com.
Okay. All right. So yeah, reputable. What is that?
I said I'm digging the show. Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, so, but yeah, Destiny, definitely, you're going to probably have the surgery, but I wouldn't worry about it.
Let me just pipe in so everybody understands. I am not a doctor, but I am a certified aromatherapist. So I'm not just saying this stuff. You know, I do know a little bit about what I'm talking about. The peppermint oil will actually help calm your stomach down and release some of your bloating. It'll also help with any nausea you're having because of the pain.
I will definitely try it. Thank you so much, guys.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you, Destiny, for calling in.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, dear, and I have you on my healing list, so you're being put up there, so do not worry.
I'm writing it right now.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to Julia. Julia Ladd. Now, I believe you wanted to know about a relationship, if I'm not mistaken, correct? All right. So let's see. You shuffle some cards, I'll shuffle some cards. Let's see what I get.
Or you want me to throw crystals? You want me to throw crystals? You do cards?
Yeah, throw some crystals and I'll do some cards. All right, so she's going to do some crystals, crystal reading, and I'm going to do a card reading.
I got to spread this out just a little bit so I can see what I got going on here. Okay. You want to go first?
Okay, so it seems as if in regards to a relationship, it sounds to me like if a relationship, it sounds to me like a relationship is, if it hasn't already started, is getting ready to begin to start that elevation stage where it climbs up into getting exclusive or getting serious. But there's some tension somewhere. I kind of feel as if there's...
Yeah, I've got tension over here too that needs to be cleansed.
Yeah, it sounds like some tension is in some area within the relationship that I'm kind of feeling as if it's stemming from either yours or the partner's past. And according to the cards, there's also a friend that is possibly influencing this part of this relationship as well. I don't know exactly what that that is meaning here around it's being influenced by a friend. And then the next thing is that there's already you basically know you basically have been following your intuition in this relationship. If this relationship is in existence now, you've been following your intuition, so continue following it. And then the last thing that they show here is that they are showing that there are other forces that work here that are helping to either bring this relationship to you or to flourish this relationship in a bigger way for you. Okay, but let's see what Carrie has to say.
Okay. So here's the thing with the crystals, every crystal has a different meaning, and yet you want to look at each individual crystal and also in the relationship and the pattern that they're thrown in. And this has actually come out in the pattern of your chakra system. There are a few scattered, which means that there are opposing forces, excuse me. And the obsidian stones are falling on your throat chakra and your solar plexus. So in that case, that would mean that you need to do some cleansing. You need a little bit of extra protection. Your throat chakra could mean, in a lot of ways, when it comes to this relationship, you want to be very open. You want to be very honest. Don't hold secrets. Don't hide back. And you need to let this person, if there's a person currently, or when you find the said person, you need to let them know and be upfront with them about how things are progressing as far as the way you're feeling and the way you're perceiving things. Don't let fear stop you. But the good news is the garnet and the ruby is right around your heart chakra, where your heart chakra would be. And those are both stones used for love, being they're both the color red, which means it's going to be very strong. It's going to be very powerful. However, they are on opposing sides. Now, that is not necessarily a negative thing. It could just mean that you're both very different, and yet when you connect, it's very strong. Okay, but again, watch what you're doing as far as, be open, be honest, be very true to this relationship. Do not be afraid to speak your mind. Do not be afraid to let this person, your significant other, know how you're feeling, know how you're doing.
There's overall abundance at the crown, so
yes,
yeah,
yes.
There's overall abundance at the crown, so I'm gonna say looks like a good throw. I apologize, but I saw it. And I was like, wow.
And you also have lapis in there, and lapis is up there right underneath your heart chakra. Lapis is a very strong, powerful stone. It's good for balance. It's good for seeing. It's good for being intuitive. It's good for power. So that is also very good that it's right around that garnet area, because it's going to make this relationship more powerful, more strong, and more hope worthy.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
So there you go, Julia, and thank you for asking that question. Hey, Janet, how are you? And Janet, do you happen to have a question? Okay, let's see if we have have another caller. All right, so our next phone caller is 212. Area code 212. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Oh, I'm okay. Especially now you took my call. My call. Thank you. I've been enjoying the show.
Well, we're glad you're enjoying it.
Wonderful. What's your question, dear? And I'm going to use the bone set on you. My modern bone set.
I'm concerned about my mouth, my teeth issues. I've been trying to, I've been on a healing journey forever, and been trying to save my teeth as much as possible despite horrible dentist experiences. And I had one a few months ago that did traumatize me and did some damage. Mm-hmm. And then I started working a little bit with supposedly a special energy gift who claimed he could help me heal my teeth and regrow the teeth and bones. So I have one tooth now that's because of what the past dentist did. My bite is so out of alignment, and this tooth in the right front, to the right of the front teeth, it's looser and looser, and it hurts, and I'm afraid I'm going to lose it. Anyway, I wonder what you see. Is there any way what you see ahead for me with my top teeth, particularly this one?
Okay.
Well, what's your name, hon?
official full name Karen Sue, but you could call me Karen.
All right, Karen. So take some deep breaths in. And tell me when to stop. Tell me when to stop. And I'm going to stop. Okay, so.
Hi, Stephen.
Yeah, I'm still here. All right. So what I'm seeing here, sweetie, so the first thing that that dropped, okay, while I was shaking, the first thing that dropped was basically that there has been a lot of prayer, a lot of basically a lot of support here on asking and prayerful support on behalf of healing for your teeth. Now, also, there seems to be some. I'm not a, and I want to tell you this before I go into this next question or next answer. But I'm no doctor. I'm no dentist. I'm no nursing nurser or nursing licensor or anything like that. But it seems as if you have something going on with your bones, because this one popped out, and this is a bone, and it's popping out right around the energy of your head, and they're showing that this is in fact your teeth. It's clearly showing on the bone mat that it's within the head region that the pain is in. So that's a confirmation and of affirmation that this reading is accurate. Another thing that what they're showing here is that we got the key here. Doors are basically getting ready to open in regards to you getting your teeth fixed and you basically getting finding someone that is going to professionally take care of this issue for you. Another thing is they're showing that now, do you also have other health issues?
Yes.
All right, what other health issues do you have? Because it seems as if it has something to do with, let me see, seems it has something to do with possibly the reproductive organ or around the chest area.
Well, I had multiple infections, I believe, systemic. Thought it was candida for a long time, but I think it's that and other things, SB4 and whatever. Hormone imbalances, thyroid, adrenal, sex hormones. Yeah, I've been in menopause anyway. Not that it has to be, I know, but I've had bone loss, muscle loss. So related to that, I've been trying to get balance. You know, naturally, I'm being an integrative doctor. She's always testing me and giving me different protocols. Very careful about what I eat, and I have been on this program for years and years. So I don't know what's happening.
Okay, dear, you're going to receive healing from a particular herb, and it seems as if either it is coming or it shows that it has to travel to here to get to you. Okay, so it seems as if there's an herb out there that's going to assist you. Now this pumpkin seed here shows me that within the energy of fall is when things seem as if there's smooth sailing and easy going. Okay, so I want you to understand that. And then they are also showing that there is healing involved, and this is energetic healing because there's the hand with the spiral. I don't know if you could see that, but that is very good to receive in a reading like this. And then they show that that eventually that there is protection and also clarification and moving forward upon your life journey, one, as well as also two, being open to basically being open to stepping forth on the path that you are meant to walk here, because they are showing that you do have a rather spiritual mindset, and that mindset is needing to it's basically needing to flourish here, because you got all of the religious symbols all in a row. You got the Ankh.
Wow.
You got the Eye of Horus, and then you got the pentacle, or the pentagram, and all of them, and with them so close together, that shows that there is some spiritual memories that need to be remembered. Okay?
Spirit memories, is that what you said?
Yes, spiritual memories that need to be remembered.
And we've got you on our healing list as well, also.
Yes, and you are on the healing list as well. And do know that if you would like more assistance with this, as in healing wise, you can contact us at magicaljourney.com, or you can call the office at 586-659-9620. And thank you for calling.
Could I just ask you, did you see me losing this tooth, or will I be able to do it and it will get some better?
I feel as if they are going to, you are going to find someone that is going to be able to save that tooth.
Like a dentist?
Yes.
Or a healer?
Yes.
Or like a dentist? Yes?
That's all they're saying, is you will find someone to save that tooth. They're not being specific on who it is, or how it's going to be, or who's it going to be. So so just know that if you would like more in-depth answers, you can always purchase a more in-depth reading, and we can hone in on that particular question for you. Okay?
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Oh, you're very welcome, dear. Okay, so we have another phone caller, and our next phone caller is area code 928. Area code 928. First name and question, please.
Hi, Bryan. It's Amethyst. How are you?
Hey, Amethyst, and how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Can you speak up a little bit, sweetie? I can't hear you.
Sure. I just ended a 4.5-year relationship.
Any messages around that? Okay, let's see. All right, so take some deep breaths in. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
All right, left to right.
Left.
Okay, sweetie. So, what I got is, I'm going to show you the cards and what the cards say, but I'm going to give you the interpretation of it, okay? Now, the thing here is, the first card is the hourglass. Time is of the essence, okay? Now, this is showing me basically that, that there is going to be a time, within time, that is going to come into play, here very soon. I don't have an exact timeline on it. Then the next card that comes in, there's a story here, so there's a method to my madness, so just hang tight. Is the minstrel, or minstrel, which is let your intentions be known. So it seems as if your intentions about this relationship now are, it seems as if you have some sort of possibility of feeling like it may be rekindled. Is that correct?
I felt it wasn't like a healthy relationship, so I don't think that is.
Well, what is your intentions here? Because they're showing intentions of some sort, that you have already intended for something to go a certain way. Where is this intention going? Because they show some sort of rejuvenation and fulfillment here, because they show the chalice. And that basically means when they show the chalice here, they show the chalice as your cup runneth over.
Oh.
All right, so there's some sort of intention that may, that needs to be known, that is going to rejuvenate and fulfill something that has been either long desired or long, that possibly maybe this relationship wasn't able to give you. Okay, but the thing is, I want you to pick left or right again once more.
Left.
Okay. Okay, so the next card is Medusa. Jealousy leads to downfall. Okay, so there is going to be some competitiveness or some competition that comes into play around either a fling or someone that you may have your eye on, that is going to possibly turn into that relationship for you. Okay, but also know that this jealousy right here is going to be rearing its pretty little head. But understand that that jealousy may be a blessing in disguise. But if you would like to get more in-depth reading with me, you are more than welcome to take advantage of the special that I'm going to be running starting tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, there will be a new pricing for just a week, and I'm not doing it anymore this year. So all of the minutes that are purchased at this particular price can be logged in the credit log of minutes. So I will inform everyone. Okay, so the pricing for just a week, and this is, like I said, this is the last time I'm doing this. It is for 30 minutes, it's $50. For 45 minutes, it's $75, and for 60 minutes, it's $100, and then for 90 minutes, it's $150. After that, there will be no more specials this year. Okay, no more specials as far as that pricing. There may be some discount, like 10-20% discounts and stuff going on, but no more special pricing as in like 50, 75, 100, 150. So take advantage of this if you want to book over, if you want to double up on your booking, like 290 minutes, you're more than welcome to do that, and you will just be put in the credit log. But that is just an option. But if you would like to get a more in-depth reading, call the office at 586-659-9620. Also, you can go to the website at www.amagicaljourney.com, or you can go to the blog at www.bryanrawls.com. That is BRYANREWLS. And that is where you can find all my information, such as my full moon, my new moon, transmissions, information, as well as also special pricings. I will put in a blog post for the special that is going on for the week, and that is going to be considered a Memorial Day special. So take advantage of it. Again, that is for 30 minutes, $50. For 45 minutes, that is $75. For an hour, that is $100. And for 90 minutes, that is $150. Okay, and you can double up on those if you like. And I would and time is running short, so I doubt I will be able to pick up that other one last phone caller. But let's see here. All right, 410, and let's do this quick. 410.
Hello, Bryan.
Hey, dear, how are you?
Hi, Bryan. Nice to see you, Carrie.
Hi, nice to see you.
I have been trying to figure out what some of my past lives are.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that they would come to me from dreams, and I've meditated about it, but I can't seem to make it happen. Do you see anything?
Okay, what's your name, hon?
Janet, yeah.
Oh, hi, Janet. How have you been?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, so with past life energy, take some deep breaths in. Esi anahate etiat arashte esentoros utoroklitere emahit. Akine estesianono orakotiria. Eshani haki. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, sweetie, is I'm seeing you were of a you were of male gender. You have, there's kind of like it's almost like a white type goatee around the lip area into the chin. It almost goes into there. And
I'm getting farmer. I smell soil and like vegetables. Like
there's some type of I want to say Chinese or Japanese, and you had two trades, and this is where it gets interesting. Is you were sort of like a medicine man of the village, but also was a rice farmer. Okay, but you didn't only do rice, but rice was your specialty. There was also, what is this other? There's something else that I'm not familiar with that you, I guess you would say you farmed, but I'm not familiar with what produce this would be. But also the energy of you helping the village with the different types of herbal medicines and herbal remedies was basically your between the farming and that was your steady way of feeding your family, because you were a very hard-working family. And then they also show me another lifetime of now this is a Chinese female flying through the air, and I don't even really understand that, but they show me Washu. I can't. It's a priestess, but she flies through the air. But we are running out of time, sweetie. But if you would like to receive a more in-depth question or receive a more in-depth reading with me, you're more than welcome to check out my prices. or check out my special and purchase accordingly. And thank you to Miss Young for calling in. And
Thank you, Bryan, and thank you, Carrie.
You're welcome. Thank you, Janet.
Okay, so we have came to the ending of our show, and I would like to thank Carrie for being here with us.
You're welcome.
And then I would like to also thank Tiffany White Sagewoman for producing the Magical Journey show. It wouldn't be a magical journey without you. I like to thank Goldylocks Productions for producing the Magical Journey show. I would like to thank all the callers that have called in, and I would like to thank also the spirits that have came and joined us, and I would like to thank all the tools that have
guided us
through our journey and basically placed us within y'all's path to understand divination a little bit more. And thank you so very much, everyone. Let angel wings guide your dreams. Blessed be, and namaste. Bye now.